Hello, my beautiful people. So today we are looking at those of you that are in a no contact situation. Obviously, if you're drawn to this video and that isn't your situation, that's fine. You're more than welcome to still watch the video. There might be a message here for you, but primarily is those of you that are in no contact. Also, apologies for the mess that is my nails at the moment. I will be tidying them up later, but I felt inclined to do this video today. So, group one, you have the red jasper, and you also have this clock, timer, whatever you want, stopwatch, whatever it is, charm, which is at 5 to 1. Just in case that time might be significant. Group two, you have the cherry quartz. And you also have this strawberry charm. And group three, you have the dragon's blood crystal. And the peace symbol charm. So pick by what crystal you're drawn to, what charm you're drawn to, both. If you draw to more than one, that's fine. Yeah, I shall see you all on the other side. Hello, group one. So you guys picked this red jasper crystal and or the clock charm, which is at 5 to 1. As mentioned earlier, that might be significant. That specific time might be significant. Obviously, it could be AM or PM, as this is a 12-hour clock. Also, the numbers are actually Roman numerals, which is interesting. But you could be looking at the 1st of May. You could be looking at the 5th of January. You could be, whatever resonates, take it. If it doesn't, that's fine. So, red jasper, just to give you some info on that, is a stone of protection, grounding and passion. It helps balance aggressive dynamic energy. It increases fertility and gives the inner strength of a warrior, which was a line I really liked. It is connected to your root chakra and helps with inner strength, stability and security. Okay, so to start with, what I am doing is I'm going to pull a tarot for the connecting energy and I love connection or soul connection, I think it is. Also for the connecting energy. The red jasper and this charm are also the connecting energy. Then I'll be pulling one tarot, one charm from each of these bags about the individuals, person A and person B, as well as a shadow attribute. So you should, in a perfect world, see you as either person A or B, or your person as person A or B. If you just see one of you, that's absolutely fine. If you are not seeing either of you, then I would say that this probably isn't your group, but obviously you're still more than welcome to watch. And yeah, so we'll go from there. So let's start with the connecting tarot energy. Okay, straight away we've got a card there. Nice, nice, nice. So I'll come back to the second one. And the connecting soul connection energy. Obviously, I appreciate some of you, it might be a very a fairly new connection. You may have only just started dating or even just communicating with one another. This is the one that wants to come out. So, saying that you have a soul connection might be a bit strong for some of you, but that's just the type of card that these are. So, the tarot that came out is the 9 of Pentacles, and the soul connection is obstacles. Okay, so Nine of Pentacles is an extremely independent energy, okay? So I would say that probably one of the obstacles that is happening within this connection is either you and or your person are not necessarily have commitment issues, but are someone who very much likes their own company, likes their me time, doing their own thing. And this is maybe something that's, this connection is obviously affecting that, because obviously, you know, you have to put in effort and see one another. Very drawn to the fact that the bear here is clearly asleep. It's clearly resting. So it's also making me think that maybe either you or your person are doing or have been doing some kind of healing. But generally what I'm getting is that one or both of you is probably a bit more well, I would say independent than the other one. That's not to say the other person is needy. That's just to say that this person, the energy of the independence, is someone who is probably not used to having to almost think about somebody else. They always tend to put themselves first. And then the message here with your obstacle cards is look for ways around the obstacles to find happiness. And I've got the book here, it is. So let me just read the full message for you, which is somewhere. Here we go. Storms often have rainbows behind them. Make your way with your loved one bravely through any proverbial storms you encounter to discover the rainbows on the other side. A divine soul counterpart relationship grows stronger as partners pool their resources to become victorious together. The appearance of this card suggests that whilst you may have obstacles to overcome, you can succeed by working together. Okay. And with the clock being the charm that's come out for you guys, the first thing that I got with this is like divine timing. So it might be a matter that now isn't the time, or previously that wasn't the time and now it is. So I'm trying to decide where to put the crystal. I'm putting it there. Or it might be like you keep trying to arrange dates and things, but things just keep happening, like the timing is just always bad. That's the kind of general energy vibe that I'm getting here. So let's pull a tarot for person A and person B. Card for person A. Person A and person B. Nice. Okay, so person A, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. And person B, we have the Page of Cups, which is quite telling, actually, to be fair, of what the kind of thing I was saying. I think maybe because the Queen of Pentacles is someone who strives for stability, basically. Page of Cups is someone who it's like, so person A is kind of coming at this situation, relationship, connection, whatever you want to call it, from a more serious point of view, as in, like, you know, where's this going, you know, is there a future here, etc. Whereas person B is coming at it from a more playful side, a bit more laid back, a bit more chilled, a bit more kind of, you know, just seeing what happens. Okay, so I'm going to get shadow for person A and person B. Of course, with person A being the Queen of Pentacles, we've got strong Taurus energy there as well, just in case that's relevant to anyone. Shadow card the person A. Apparently not. Oh, can't have two. We just want one. Thank you. If you watched my videos before, yes, the handmade shadow attribute cards are back. This one's really drawing me. So we have Jack with burnout with person A and person B. We have Annabelle with inner child. Okay. So with Jack and burnout, it's making me feel that perhaps person A is feeling a bit, let me just make sure actually that's in the front, it's perfect. So it's just making me feel that person A is feeling a bit burnt out about this situation. It's like, I think maybe they're starting to lose interest, almost. They feel like they've put in loads of effort, loads of energy, and they're not really getting back what they're putting in. I feel for person B with Annabelle with the inner child, this relates to what I was saying earlier about them coming from this from a more childlike, playful aspect. It might be the fact that they are maybe a bit more immature than person A. I also wouldn't be surprised if for some of you that person B, whether that's you or your person, is probably a bit younger than you. It doesn't have to be a significant thing, age difference. It could be just a couple of months. It could be a few years for some of you. But for some of you, that's relevant information. But yeah, I see that person, like I say, person A is getting a bit frustrated with person B. I think they're starting to feel a bit like this. They're here. It's just kind of like, ugh, why am I bothering so much? But I think person A needs to hear that person B is interested. I think there are quite strong, I think there's stronger feelings there than they're probably letting person A know. I'm also wanting to say that for I think a lot of you watching this, a lot of you are probably resonating more with person A. But you don't have to, obviously. So now I'm just going to get a charm as well. So a charm person A, please. Okay, so you guys got the binoculars, person A and person B. Got the trumpet. Okay, so with the binoculars, this makes me feel person A, it wouldn't surprise me if person A wasn't maybe checking out person B on social media and things like that. You know, maybe they've messaged and they've not replied. They're like, well, what are they doing? Why haven't they replied? That kind of thing. I always get with the binoculars to kind of, you're seeing things too close. You need to kind of step back. So that's what I was just person A is needing to do in this situation. I think ultimately it's not that deep. I think maybe their anxieties are probably getting the better of them in a lot of cases. Yeah. And then person B with the trumpet, I believe it's a trumpet. Again, this just comes out as more of that kind of playful energy, that childlike kind of energy, just wanting to have fun, playing the trumpet, even though they don't know how to play it. They're just, and it's not that they're not taking person A seriously. It's not like that at all. But I think it probably is in connection to their inner child wounds, why they're maybe not wanting to take this more seriously on an emotional level. I also get that this person might be a bit loud. And then we're also going to get a charm out of, oh, okay, you fell out. Person And person B, please. Thank you. Okay. So person A has got this skull here, which it's kind of like an alien skull. It's quite cool. I think maybe person A feels very strongly connected to person B, and I think that in itself is alien to them. I think maybe they're not understanding why they're so bothered by them. Drawn to the fact that you got the pentacle here on the queen here, making me feel that you sorry, I keep saying you because not all of you will be might resonate as person A, but that person A is quite maybe recently psychically kind of activated, and they're picking up on a lot more things than they would have previously. And person B having this skull here, this reminds me of oh god, is it the Day of the Dead? Kind of, so again, more fun kind of vibes here. Party, fun. Yeah. To be honest with you, what I'm getting initially, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't think maybe person B is ready for a serious committed relationship at this moment in time, personally, but that's just what I'm getting initially here. So if it resonates, then this is your pile. If it doesn't, then you are more than welcome to try another one. So now we are going to go into the tarot and see what basically what kind of the future holds, what might be getting in the way, etc, etc. So I'm just going to leave those there, because you may want to refer back to these later on. Okay, so today I'm using my Chakra Wisdom Tarot. So group one. Oh, Jesus. So I am going to be doing this slightly differently to how I normally do it. Thank you. That's just me making a mess as well. One more card, please, for group one. Or two, you know. You do you. Okay, in the back of the deck we've got the 6 of coins. I'm just going to put there. So the first card we've got is the 6 of Wands, followed by the 2 of Swords, 3 of Cups, the 4 of Coins, 6 of Swords, and the Hierophant. And then, as I said, the back of the deck energy is the 6 of Coins, or what would be Pentacles. Just move these over a little bit to make it a bit less squishy. Okie dokie. So, what I'm seeing here is with the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is all about kind of celebration, good times. It's when we're celebrating somebody. So straight away it's making me feel that you, when you first met your person, it was like, wow, this person's amazing, they tick every box and more, they're gorgeous. Yeah. Then we moved over here to the Two of Swords. Two of Swords energy is when we're at a place of kind of indecision. I think this is probably maybe more towards person A, the Jack person that I mentioned earlier, how they're probably, that I think they're feeling a bit about the connection at the moment. And it's kind of like, what do I do? Because I think, you know, because my person isn't talking to me at the minute, because ultimately, obviously this is a no contact reading, so whether that's because you guys fell out or whether it's just because things have gone quiet, I think, to be honest, person B has probably taken the step back from person A in most cases. I think that maybe it's all been a bit too intense for them, because as I said, I think for a lot of you, person B isn't really ready for a serious connection. That doesn't mean to say that they won't be in the future. That doesn't mean you couldn't continue to date them if you are person A. But presently, it's just being aware, if you are person A, I wouldn't expect a lot from them at this moment in time, in regards to kind of commitment, making the relationship official or whatever. And that's only shown even stronger here with this Three of Cups coming out. So the Three of Cups is about good times, it's about dating. It also could possibly be a third party situation for some of you. So you might not be official, you might be dating different people, or if you are person A, I would say person A probably isn't, but person B may be, if you're not in an official relationship or anything like that. I don't see, if you are in an actual relationship with your person, that it's to do with anyone kind of cheating or anything like that, but it's, I would say for the vast majority of you, you're not probably in a committed relationship with this person. And if you are, I would say you're at the very, very beginning of it. But yeah. And then you've got the Four of Coins here. And the Four of Coins is all about us not letting go of something. And I think this is in relation to person B. I think person B probably has got some healing to do, to be honest, which is probably why they're coming at this from a more nonchalant perspective. I think maybe they were hurt in the past or whatever it is. They're not ready to let that go. They're not ready to take that step forward, is what I'm seeing, to be perfectly honest. Now, we do have the Six of Swords, which does show that there is hope for this connection for these two people, because the Six of Swords is about moving forward. However, I do need to stress that that doesn't necessarily mean you would move forward together, I'm afraid, you know, because sometimes a relationship comes into our life, or a connection, whatever, sorry, there you go, and it's only for a short period, because we were supposed to learn something from that connection, or it put us instead for something else. I mean, for person B, I would say that this connection has highlighted, or is highlighting, or will highlight the healing that they need to do. For person A, I would say it's letting them understand what their boundaries are, what they actually want in a relationship, and what isn't acceptable. And then we have the Hierophant here, finishing off. So the Hierophant is about, in this kind of reading, it's about commitment. So again, that is saying to me that there is potential for this, but I'm not seeing it in the indefinite future, especially the fact, as you can see, it's almost like he's walking away in this. I'm very drawn to the eye again on here, and it's making me think of person A, how I mentioned earlier about their third eye. But we will get some clarifiers in a moment to get a bit more info on this. And then you've got the Six of Coins. So the Six of Coins is generally about sharing. However, as you can see on this particular, yeah, we'll come to that in a second. Six of Coins, they're all being given to this woman here. And that's how I'm feeling person A is feeling about this connection. I feel they are giving a lot more than they're getting from person B. I think they're putting a lot more into this connection than person B is. And that's fine if that's what they're happy with doing. But this is not a balanced connection. And you've got the Two of Cups beneath that. Two of Cups generally is about a relationship, is about a connection. But for me, what I'm getting here is that it's to do with a lot of passion. I think maybe if you are physically intimate with this person, or have been, that may be pretty darn good, to be honest. Which might be why person A is also feeling more strongly connected at the moment, because maybe that is something that it's one of their ways of showing love, showing affection, showing that they care. Whereas person B, it's not that they don't care, it's just that it's not that emotional attachment for them in regards to that kind of display of affection. Okay, so we are going to get some clarifiers. So can I have a clarification card, please, for the Six of Wands, please? Can I have a clarification card for the Six of Wands? So we have the Fool. Clarification card for Two of Swords. To redo these because I've lost. Okay. Clarification card for the Two of Swords, please. Clarification card, please, for the Two of Swords. That's just me. These cards normally fly out, but I'm obviously not holding them right today. Can I clarify? Thank you. So you've got the Six of Wands again. I have the Three of Cups. Can I clarify the Three of Cups, please? Yeah, no. That's just me. Apologies, guys. I think I've turned them the wrong way around as well. Yeah, there we go. We'll edit that bit out. Can I clarify for the Three of Cups, please? Can we have a clarification card for the Three of Cups, please? It's really weird. These cards make me fly. I have a clarification card. It's just me. Clarification card for the Three of Cups. Okay, so the two have come out, so I'll take them both. So we've got the Seven of Cups, and the King of Swords. Hopefully that's all in frame, just about. Okay. interesting. Okay. Oh, sorry. And then the back of the deck, we've got the Ace of Cups, which is nice, and Death. Okay. Okay, so I'll start with the first one. So the first we've got is the Fool with the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands, as I mentioned earlier, is about when you first met your person and how I think they like kind of ticked all the boxes, and it was all like, whoa. The Fool was how you felt. You felt like it was a new beginning, because that's what the Fool is all about. Maybe you weren't looking for a connection. Maybe you weren't expecting this person to be someone you liked or cared about. But they were. For some of you, the phrase "they saved you" is coming in, which is probably makes sense to like one person, and that's why they are. You see them as with the Six of Wands, with them being celebrated and thought so highly of. Then you've got the Six of Wands clarifying the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords, as I mentioned, is, I think, for a lot of you, if you're person A, I believe this is to do with if you're considering just completely cutting the connection off, because you know you're not speaking at the moment either, whether that was down to you or your person. But the Six of Wands, energy keeps coming in because you can't, you're really struggling to do that. If you're person B, again, it's quite a similar situation where you might be feeling overwhelmed by person A and wanting to cut off the connection. Maybe that's why you stopped talking to them. Because I do feel that the vast majority of you, person B, is the person who stopped messaging, for example, or calling, whatever. But it's the same. You do really care about this person and can see the potential there. There is a lot of attraction there. So it's, in either case, your person is thinking about you. There's no question about that. Even if they are the one that stopped the conversation, stopped the communication, you are on their mind. They do think about you. They do think about reaching out. And they're just feeling a bit torn with this Two of Swords. And you got the Three of Cups here, which we had two cards come out. So it was clarified by the Seven of Cups, which is about ultimately when we have choices to make, different options. So I think if you are in the situation where you were just dating this person and it wasn't like an official relationship per se, this person probably does have other options, which is making them a bit, which might be why they stopped communicating with you, because they might be seeing what else there is. Maybe you fell out or something. I don't see that. But I think if they are person B, they were feeling overwhelmed by things. I think for a lot of them, it was a matter of, this is getting too serious too quick, so I'm just going to bury my head in the sand and pretend that it's not happening. And then you have the King of Swords as well, which is really interesting because the King of Swords is someone who's very logical. They're someone who likes to make plans. So I would say that this is, if you, well, regardless, to be honest with you, your person A or person B, or a combination of the two, this is, as I said, this is your, I think, I'm not sure whether this is you or your person. I think it's your person. They're basically taking a step back, as I said, and analysing things, thinking about things. They are planning, thinking about connecting, reaching out. But if I'm being completely honest, I'm not seeing much action here. So at least in the immediate future, I'm not seeing them contacting you, but we will have a look a bit more further down the line. So then you've got the Two of Pentacles clarifying the Four of Coins. So the Four of Coins, as I mentioned, I believe this is quite strongly to do with person B and this attachment, this inner healing that they need to do. And whatever it is, this wound is that they're just not letting it go. And with the Two of Pentacles clarifying this, so the Two of Pentacles is like when things are up in the air, we kind of have a decision to make, and it's like they're not willing to make that decision. As I've said, it's easier for them to not talk to you about these things and not communicate, pretend that it's not happening, and go out with their mates or whatever they're doing, rather than thinking about you or the connection, the potential of the connection. Yeah, and then you've got the Two of Swords clarifying the Six of Swords, which is very interesting, because I can't help but notice that we have got quite a few duplicated cards here, because you mean the Two of Swords has come out twice, the Six of Wands has come out twice. I think those are the only ones that have come out twice. Yeah. The Two of Swords, as I mentioned, it's about wanting to make a decision but not making that decision. But what's interesting is how this one, she's facing backwards. She's got her back to us. Whereas this one, she's got her face, she's facing towards us. So I feel, as I said, person B, I think, is very much just not facing the situation and has turned their back away onto it. Whereas person A is facing it. They're facing towards it, and they are preparing to move forward with or without person B. I think that you, and that, like I said, I think that's a lot of you are person A. I think as much as you care about them, like them, have feelings for them, it's not a matter of necessarily letting them go and going, you know, fuck you, don't ever talk to me again, blah, blah, blah. But you can't miss out on potential other things in your life or potential other connections waiting around for this person. And I think that this is the conclusion that a lot of you have come to. And then we have Justice clarifying the Hierophant, which is really interesting. Got strong Libra energy, just for those of you that wanted to know if that's some further clarification for you. Because Justice, again, is not too dissimilar to the King of Swords in my eyes. It's about logic, it's about being serious, it's about your just desserts, essentially. And what I see with this is that with this connection, like I say, I'm going to be completely honest. I think for a lot of you, I don't see it coming together, at least not for now. But with the Ace of Cups here being on the back, there is potential for another connection for a lot of you, somebody new, and that is something that you might want to take a chance on, as opposed to holding on and waiting for this person to sort their shit out, basically. Is what I'm seeing here. But let's have a look at the potential of the connection. So let's have a look. So what is the potential of this connection? One. What is the potential of this connection? One, please. One more card, please. Potential outcome of this connection for group one. What is the potential for this connection for group one? Okay, so we have the Six of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Coins. Okay. So it looks like that I'm wrong, to be honest with you guys. I'm not too proud to admit that. This is a potential outcome. There is potential here, 100%. You got the Six of Cups here, which is that reconciliation. You got the Two of Cups, which speaks for itself, with it being, you know, about a connection, about a relationship. And then you've got the Seven of Coins. So the Seven of Coins is, it's linking to this divine time that I mentioned earlier. It's something is growing, but now isn't the time, I think, is what is the general message here. I want to say as well, for some of you, if you're feeling this is your potentially twin flame, that's why this has happened, because traditionally with a twin flame, you meet, it's all explosive, it's very like, I can't get enough of each other, it's just like, pff. But then you have a runner and a chaser. One will run away, person B, one will chase, person A. But until person A stops chasing person B, you won't reconnect. Likewise, there's something within you both that you need to heal in order before you can come together. Is there anything else for group one that I've missed that you need to tell us? Thank you, please. Is there anything else? Anything else? Not getting anything else coming out. No. Okie dokie. So we're just going to finish off with, oh, throwing my cards on the floor. I'll pick them up in a moment. With some advice from Archangel Mestron. Advice, group one, please. What I do want to say though is that even though there is potential here for this connection, obviously that's what the energy currently is. Things can change, but I still feel strongly with this Six of Swords being here, guys, that yes, be open to this rekindling, reconciliation, but don't go, you know, if another cute person asks you out or whatever, don't say no. Maybe that'll be what triggers person B. They see that you've gone out with somebody else. Can we have a card, please? There it is. Thank you, please. Okay, so you've got Kundalini with untapped energy, the number 35. So that might be significant. And then you've got obviously this strong to do with the chakras and the balance. It's quite a very interesting image. But I'm going to read the message. I won't read the whole message because these are quite long. But it says, think about the amount of untapped, unused energy at your disposal. Life is busy and you may be time poor. Sometimes you feel particularly wary, yet you are encouraged to go within and realise the huge well of energy available to you to help support your path to enlightenment. It is there in your earthly vessel, the human body in which your eternal soul dwells even. Like a burning furnace within you, the Kundalini fire energy depicted on this card needs tending and stoking. A fire that is forgotten will emit a quiet heat, but no real flames or passion or electrical current to awaken all that is available as raw primal energy, drive and insight. Okay, so what I believe Metatron is saying here, guys, is to do that inner healing work that I said, especially if you are resonating as person A, because there is some strong psychic energy here that maybe has recently awoken within you. So explore that. Yeah. And then I just want to get some channeled messages from your person. So get some channeled messages, please. So I'm going to do what I normally do with these now, which is split into 3 groups and pull the top cards, because these cards never fall. So 1, 2, 3. So we have, I'm sorry. Your eyes are beautiful and I want to kiss you. Okay. So that I'm sorry goes quite well with the 6 of Cups, I have to say. And just for some final confirmations for anyone, get some letters, numbers, and or zodiac signs, whatever wants to come out. Okay, so it seems to be just letters and 1 number there, 2 numbers. So we've got the number 7 and the number 9, or it could be a 6 if that's how it resonates for you. We've got the letter K, the letter P, letter S, letter Z, and the letter E. But obviously, if none of those resonate for you, that's fine. They could just be they're just extra confirmation for people. But there you go. That's everything I have for you, Group 1. I hope this works itself out. But as I said, my final parting words of advice are: don't just sit and wait for this person. You know, get on with your life, do your thing. But it looks like currently, at least, there is potential. So cool. And take care, and as always, send you all much love and much peace. Hello, Group 2. So you guys chose this cherry quartz crystal and or the strawberry charm. Now, I have to say straight away, because when I was originally getting the groups together for your group, a specific thing about flavoured condoms came out for you. So I don't know whether that's a thing, but I don't know. I just have to say that. Because I mean, obviously we've got the cherry and then we've got the strawberry as well. But anyway, let me read your message. So cherry quartz. So cherry quartz heightens spiritual awareness, helps with anxiety and depression, inspires healing and hope, courage and balance. It's an effective healer for emotional wounds, and I actually added an extra bit here because I found this bit quite interesting. So it helps open the heart chakra, making you more open to loving and forgiving others and receiving love. Linked with obviously healing the heart chakra and to receive and give love. So I would say, I think for a lot of you, with this no contact, I feel it may have come out of nowhere. Let's see what comes out. And then with the strawberry here, you got your fruits. So it's about like ripe, time is right. Timing, ready for the picking. So it's a bit of an interesting one, because I'm not generally getting the energy here so far that it would be a no contact situation, but we'll see what the cards have to say. So we're going to start by pulling a tarot for the connected energy as well as a soul connection card, and then I will be doing a person B scenario just to see whether this fits your situation, basically, and we'll go from there. If you only are seeing yourself or only your person, that's absolutely fine, but what I would say is if you're not seeing either you or your person in either person A or person B, then this probably isn't your group and you might want to watch one of the other videos, but obviously you're more than welcome to continue to watch. Trust your intuition. So let's start with the connecting energy. I'm going to take these two just because they both came out, so I'm going with it. And so action card. Okay, so we've got, oh, we've got two again. Interesting. Okay, so let's have a look here. So to start with, we've got, so we've got 3 of Pentacles and Temperance. So the 3 of Pentacles is about working together for something. It's like working on a connection. But with this particular 3 of Pentacles, I feel it's almost like there's a secret. It's like there's something. So I want to say that maybe this, for a lot of you, this connection wasn't or isn't maybe something that the people would approve of. Maybe you both have different beliefs or backgrounds or whatever. It's almost like it had to be kept a secret. I also want to say for some of you, this may be a third party situation where you might be the other person. Not necessarily, but not for everybody, obviously, but that is just something I'm getting. Now, we have Temperance here, which is very interesting because Temperance is normally a very good card to come out in a relationship reading, because it's about that balance and it's about the communication, sharing of feelings and things, which is really odd because, like I said, with the charm, the crystal I was getting to begin with, it doesn't feel like this would be a no contact situation. So I'm intrigued by this. And then we've got Yin and Yang and Soul as your other cards that decided to come out. So like the yin yang symbol, twin flames contain an aspect of each other's character within themselves. So obviously if you resonate with twin flame, take that as confirmation. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. It's just confirming the connection and the match, basically, how, you know, you both complement one another, etc, etc. Also, I'll say that maybe we've got a case of divine masculine, divine feminine, regardless of whether you or your person, whatever gender you associate yourselves as, or whatever gender they are, it doesn't matter. We all have masculine and feminine energy. So yeah. And then we've got soul. Your soul is preparing to reconnect, trust in the process. So yin and yang. So they are led quickly to recognise the familiar characteristics that exist between them in order to confirm their shared twin flame identity. Like a fingerprint, the matching shared aspects identify the souls to each other. The appearance of this card suggests that you are being shown that you share similar characteristics with your partner, which You've already established that. And then you've got Soul, which says, this is a time of happiness because you and your divine soul counterpart are drawing close, ready to come together again. Much spiritual growth has been achieved to make this possible. Right now, faith is important as you let things unfold naturally. The appearance of this card suggests that your twin soul is just around the corner. Open your soul to love. So what I'm getting with everything here so far, I think for a lot of you, you might be going... You might have already met this person and been with them previously, and then for whatever reason, that stopped, or you were just friends or something like that. But it seems to be that there is going to be a reconnection, or perhaps that's maybe something that a lot of you are wanting. But yeah, this is it. It's a bit of an odd energy, I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to press on and see what happens. Right, so person A. So can we have a card, please, for person A? Just one card, please, for person A. One card, please, person A. Person A. Thank you. So you got the Ten of Pentacles. And maybe it's that way for now. Card for person B, please. No, one card, please, for person B. I also want to say that for a lot of you, it wouldn't surprise me if you see aspects of yourself in both person A and person B as your person as well, due to the fact that there seems to be a lot of mirroring and matching here. So that's absolutely fine if you don't feel you are one or the other, you're a bit of both. That's absolutely fine. Obviously just take what resonates as the reading goes. And person B is the Ten of Swords. Very interesting. So starting over here then with person A, with the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is about stability. It's about groundedness. It's about happiness. It's about the end. It's a very positive card. It's often depicted by like kind of like a happy family kind of look. It's what you want basically, really, in tarot, for a tarot card to come out in a relationship reading. I'd say that person A may be some earth energy might be something that is significant. So we could be looking at Taurus, Virgo, or my brain has gone completely blank. Taurus, Virgo, or the other one. Why is my brain gone completely blank on this? No, it will come to you later. Anyway, earth signs. And then person B, we've got the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is a very hurt energy. It's a very painful energy. As you can see here, this poor baby bird has been killed. So this is a bit of a depiction of, I can't remember the bird species, so forgive me. But there are birds where what the mother will do is she will lay her eggs in a different bird's nest of a different species for them to raise that baby, and that baby will kill her actual babies, which has happened here. So it's given me, again, this third party. I can't help but feel, I think for a lot of you, that maybe it was third party intervention that stopped this connection happening, for whatever reason that may have been. It could, I mean, by third party, we could also be looking at just circumstances in general. It doesn't have to have been an actual person, but there is definitely something that stopped the reason why this stopped. Now, I appreciate some of you may not know why, because I think maybe for some of you it just was just out of the blue and this person just stopped talking to you. But for some of you, you are aware. Right, let's get a shadow attribute for each person A and person B, please. Person A's got Pennywise with identity. Person B, please. Mr. Boogie with influence. Okay, so I'll start with person A with Pennywise here with identity. So what this is about is someone who not necessarily doesn't know who they are, doesn't have an identity, blah, blah, blah. It's someone who maybe isn't always true to themselves, is what I would say. Well, yeah, just that really. But I want to say that I think this connection helped help person A with that stability and with that grounding of knowing who they were. But I think maybe they were a bit too reliant on that, which may be one of the reasons why the connection may have ended, because they needed to find out who they were by themselves. And then you got with person B with Mr. Boogie with influence. See, generally with this card generally means somebody who influences other people. Not necessarily that they're manipulative or anything like that, but there's somebody that is normally someone who's quite articulate, that kind, and charismatic. But for what I'm getting with this is a bit of a different reading. So what I'm getting is that person B was the one influenced. So by that, what I mean is, say for example, you were in a relationship with this person, and I don't know, for whatever reason, your family didn't approve. Okay, they influenced you. If you know, just say for argument's sake, your person B, they influenced person B, the person you, to end things or to walk away. But they've seen or are seeing the truth of the connection, and that wasn't right for them with this rekindling here. And let's look at a charm for each as well. So kind of charm person A. Interesting. And charm person B. Okay, so this is actually the charm for group 1 as well, weirdly enough. So the time on this is 5 to 1, so that time might be significant for some of you. Obviously, we could be looking at the 1st of May or the 5th of January, or the number 15. But for me, it's to do with divine timing, which is what this seems to all be about. I think maybe person A is recognizing that. It's like it's almost there with it being the 5-2, but it's not quite. 5 to 1, it's making me think of it's almost time for that new start, that new beginning, but we're not there just yet. And the paw print here for person B. So animals might be significant for this person. They may have a dog or a cat. But what I get with this charm is to do with making footsteps, making footprints, making waves, moving closer and closer, making tracks, I think is the phrase. So they are basically doing what they need to do to bring this back together, basically. And we're getting another charm as well. Person 1. Got this ghost. And person 2. It's got this kind of claw thing. So with the ghost here, I want to say obviously the obvious thing about being ghosted, but it's making me think that maybe person A was the person who ghosted. Obviously it doesn't have to be, it could have been the other way around. But either way, person A is the one thinking about this a lot, I would say. I would say they're maybe re-looking at the messages. The last message they sent, the last message they received. I feel that person A is someone who is very much the investigator. They're trying to find meaning in everything. Someone who overthinks things, I think. Now, with this claw thing, hand, skeleton, coming out here for person B, it's given me a few things, really. Firstly, it's how there's still a hold on them. So that could be whatever this was has still got a hold on them. It's still affecting them. Yeah. But also it's how person A has still got a hold on them, or a hold on their heart, as cheesy as that sounds. Yeah. So let's see what the tarot has to say about this. Just trying to think how I'm gonna do all this. So person A. Okay, hopefully it's all in frame, which it is, nice. Okay, so we're using my Chakra Wisdom Tarot today, and I'm doing it cards slightly differently to how I normally do them, but you'll see. Come on. Oh, yeah, thank you. I have a card, please, for group 2. Whoa. Well, 2 cards for group 2. Please. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. One last card, please, for group 2, please. One more card for group 2, please. Thank you. Okay, so we have 3 of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, the 9 of Wands, and the Chariot. Oh, and back of deck energy, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. So whether you resonate as person A, person B, or a combination of the two, with the Three of Wands being here, that is about forward planning. It's about, I would say, your person, or maybe you, but I would say it's probably more your person because that's what we're looking at, is planning on reaching out, on contacting you, okay? It's something that they are thinking about doing. Come on, cards. Thank you. No, that'll do. Yeah. Obviously, I don't know how long you've not been in contact with one another. It may have only been a few days, few weeks, few months, years for some of you, but I think it's been that long. But they are thinking about reaching out. Now we have the King of Wands here as well, which I am happy to see, because the King of Wands is someone who is quite playful, they're quite charismatic. They are what I always call the life and soul of the party. This particular King of Wands is like that, but he's a bit more serious. He is about taking action, basically. So regardless of whether your person is male, female, non-binary, what have you, they're being represented by the King of Wands here. And then we have the Hierophant, which in a relationship reading is all about commitment. Okay. It is taking that step. It's, you see how this person, it's like they are walking away, but it's like they're looking behind. They haven't forgotten you, basically. And we have the Queen of Swords, which I see as you. Again, regardless of whether you resonate as female, male, or what have you. I'm not saying you are a Queen of Swords, but this is the fear. This is the fear that person B, I think, for, well, I don't know, but anyway, this is the fear that your person has. They are, that they're going to be greeted by a Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is someone who's very brutal. Well, that sounds a bit harsh. She basically tolerates no bullshit. She'll tell you like it is. She'll tell you to fuck off when you need to, you know. She doesn't beat around the bush, basically. And depending on obviously how this may have ended, they're worried that they're going to be greeted by this kind of energy. And then we've got the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a very protective energy. It's when we're guarding ourselves. That's why no action is currently being taken by your person, because of this fear of them being greeted by the Queen of Wands. But we have got the Chariot here, which is fantastic to see, because the Chariot is obviously about moving forward, taking action. Likewise with the Knight of Wands here as well, which I'm pleased to see, because the Knight of Wands is all about taking action. So there is a lot of action here. So yeah, very good. Let's get some more info. Can I get some more information about this Three of Wands? Why is this Three of Wands here, please, for group 2? Feel me dropping these. Why is the Three of Wands here, please? Where's the Three of Wands here? I don't know what is the matter with me today. I mean, I know I'm not the best at shuffling anyway, but I'm really bad today. Really bad. Where's the Three of Wands here, please? Nothing's come out. Where's the Three of Wands here, please? Where's the King of Wands here, please? Where's the King of Wands here, please? The Ten of Cups and the Seven is the Hierophant here, please? Oh, for God's sake. Push these over a little bit. Then we've got the Ten of Pentacles, lovely, and the shadow side, which is the Devil in this deck. Why is the Queen of Swords here, please? God, she can't stop giving me double cards today. So we've got the Two of Wands and the King of Swords, which is interesting. And why is the Nine of Wands here, please? Two of Swords and the Chariot. Why is the Chariot here, please? Yeah, no, that's not happening. Why is the Chariot here, please? Thank you. There you got the King of Wands again. Okay, and then back of the deck we have got the Knight of Pentacles. Lovely. Okay, so starting here with the Eight of Cups, clarifying the Three of Wands. So the Eight of Cups is about, let me just make sure it's all in camera actually. I believe it is, but yes it is. Good, good, good. So the Eight of Cups is all about moving forward, moving on. Now that I'm not saying that your person's moving on from you. What I'm saying is that they're leaving behind whatever this shit was. They're leaving it behind and moving forward. And as I said, with this Three of Wands, they are making plans to contact you, and that is what they are moving forward to do. Then you've got the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Cups, clarifying the King of Wands, which is really nice. The Ten of Cups is basically kind of like a happily ever after, all is good, la la la. Sunshine and rainbows, you know, it's lovely to see. And this is what, as I said, the King of Wands here is representing your person. This is what they are wanting with you. This is what they're seeing, the potential there for you. Now we have got the Seven of Cups here, but I'm seeing this more of them seeing about you having other options, other choices, you know, depending on obviously how long it's been since you were in contact with one another. They're wondering and worrying whether you've moved on, basically, or whether, you know, if you've got other options, are you going to choose them? That's their fear. Then you have the Hierophant here being clarified with the Ten of Pentacles. Again, it's that happily ever after, but it's the stability of that with this commitment, which is just lovely to see, to be honest with you. I want to say that for some of you, you may be split up with this person due to you maybe wanting to get married and them not. I know it's very specific, but that's just something. But I just want to say that this person is probably going to come forward with a proposal, just so you know. Now we have the shadow side, aka the Devil, here as well. So the Devil comes up when basically we're kind of trapped in our ego. As you can see here, the guy here is like, get out of my head. And that's what this person is trying to do. They're trying to get out of their head. It's also a strong representation of that attraction, that sexual desire that they have towards you as well. So we have the Two of Wands and the King of Swords clarifying the Queen of Swords. So again, we've got that divine counterpart here with the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. So it's just that confirmation with that again. With the Two of Wands, the Two of Wands it's basically the step before the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is when we're making plans for that journey. We know what we're doing. We're just getting everything together to go. Whereas the Two of Wands is that stage before where it's kind of like, where do I start? But this particular Two of Wands, I see it very similar to the Three, because this guy is clearly ready to go. He's got the world here. He's already geared up. He's making that move. It's making that, it's taking that action again. But there is that fear with this Queen of Swords here, which might be partly the reason why there is that delay, especially obviously if you have whatever your previous communication was with them, or whether you might see one another on social media and how you're showing your life, what you're sharing, what you're not sharing. Because obviously, as we all know, we can make our lives look a lot more interesting and flamboyant than they are with social media. I'm not saying you do that, but I'm just saying some of you might be. But yeah, but they are coming at it from, you're the logical choice basically is what I'm getting with this King of Swords as well. That's a bit specific, but yeah. Then we have the Two of Swords clarifying the Nine of Wands. As mentioned, the Nine of Wands is very guarded energy. We're protecting ourselves, which is what your person is doing at the moment. But you can see with this wand here, I just noticed how it's on fire. It's that, I know it sounds really, really cheesy, but it's like that flame between the two of you is still burning. And the Two of Swords, it's that decision. I think maybe this is very much in their, the ball is very much in their court when it comes to this connection. I think that's how it's been left. You're someone who is very much, I'm not making the move, they need to because of whatever reason. Yeah, it's them making that decision because, like I said earlier, I think whatever this was that happened, I think it is still something that is there, but it's obviously not as strong, or your person has seen the light, so to speak. But the fear is still there. But I'm just drawn to the blindfold here on the Two of Swords, because often the Two of Swords, for me, when it's blindfolded, it's like when we're blindfolding ourselves. It's like we're choosing not to see something. But I think in this case, it was that your person was being blindfolded, as in, you know, things maybe were said to them that weren't entirely true, or the full facts weren't given to them, I think, in some cases. And then we've got the King of Wands clarifying the Chariot. As mentioned, the King of Wands is representing your person. This is their forward movement. They're going to come at it, I think, from quite a playful, more light-hearted way, you know, rather than, I'm not, you know, I don't think they're going to be necessarily coming, for those of you that I mentioned earlier about proposal, I don't think they're going to come straight in with that. Or if, you know, let's get back together, let's blah, blah, blah. I think it's literally going to be something quite playful. Some of you, it might be like a little comment on like your Facebook. Maybe you posted a picture and they're going to make a funny, cheeky little comment or something like that. It's going to come from a more light-hearted place initially, the initial communication that they give you. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles on the back. This is representing, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the tarot, okay? So, and he is someone who is a planner. So I think this is something that your person has been planning for quite some time. They've been taking their time with it. But the Knight of Pentacles, although he is the slowest, he is the most stable. It's that foundation again. So he's, I keep saying he because the knights are he, but again, yeah. Your person has been thinking about this for a long time and been making the plans in their mind for a long time of how to do this, and that this is the right decision to make, basically, is what I'm getting here. Right, so we're going to finish off with the future potential of the connection here. So let's see. So what is the future potential for the connection for group 2, please? You want to come out? What is the future potential for connection for group 2, please? What is the future connection? What is the future potential for the connection? And flip, I'll take you as well. Okay. Four of Wands, the Princess of Cups, which would be the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So it's definitely a new start with this Ace of Swords. Definitely a new start with this connection, I think. If you do get back together or explore things, it will be like starting afresh, and that's something that you need to remember. Obviously remember what has happened, remember those things, that's fine, but try and treat it as new is what we're getting here. With the Four of Wands, again, it's very much a celebration. Always butterflies, got a lot of butterflies here as well, and this Princess of Cups, I notice. And these cards, with them being green, are about the heart chakra. I can't help but feel that, again, this is divine timing. The butterflies are representing kind of like your spirit guides, the divine, whatever you want to call it, bringing us together. It is a time of celebration. And if getting married is something that you would want, you both would want, or what have you, I definitely would see that as a potential outcome here. Then we've got the Page of Cups, or the Princess of Cups as it is in this deck, which is, again, it's usually the beginning stages of a relationship. It's like, you know, I've got a little crush on you. It's that initial, as mentioned, your person is going to come in from, it's going to be a very small kind of gesture, but it will build on that. It's, again, that new start. So really nice to see. So we're going to finish off with any advice from Archangel Metatron. So what advice do we have for group 2? No, okay. What advice do we have for group 2, please? What advice do we have for group 2? Group 2, please. This one, thank you. Okay, so you got Metatron Rainbow Bridge, love that, and with Always Open, the number 27, just in case that's significant to anybody. Again, what I get with this card personally, it's about always being open in your heart, which is what I mentioned earlier, that the cherry quartz is about. Ooh, sorry, knocking things over. Helps to open up the heart chakra, making you more open to loving and forgiving others and receiving love, which, yeah. But let's read a bit of the actual message. I won't read the whole thing because they're quite long. Number 27. There it is. No. Oh no, that's page 27. There it is, number 27. The Rainbow Bridge is never closed. It is always open and offers a portal through which you can be in touch with those who have loved but have now passed over. So again, this is like what I mentioned earlier. It's like that divine intervention. It's a divinely guided connection. Yeah. Archangel Metatron watches over this bridge and helps carry those who are dying over it when their time to complete their earthly incarnation is done. No one crosses over this bridge before their soul has agreed to go. It is a bridge of light that eases transition, comforts the soul, and signals to those waiting to greet the new, tired soul that celebration on the other side of the veil is to happen. Healing and recuperation may also be needed, so this is organised too. So this is about the new beginning of this connection, as mentioned earlier. It can also be a nod for those of you that maybe have recently lost someone and wonders about these things, that they're good. But I think it's just confirmation that they are watching over you and that this is divinely guided and they are very supportive of this connection. Okay, so I'm just going to finish with some channeled messages from your person. As I did previously, I'm now splitting these decks into 3 piles and pulling just 3 cards due to these don't jump. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So you've got Marry Me. Did I or did I not mention about marriage? You've got You're the One and I Want You. Oh, that's really nice, really cute messages. And that's my attempt at the love heart emoji, just in case you're wondering what the hell that was. And just final confirmation for anyone, some letters, numbers and or zodiac signs. Obviously just take what resonates. If yours and your person's doesn't come out, that's fine. It doesn't mean that this wasn't a reading for you. It just it's just extra confirmation for the people so that needed it, so don't worry. Okay, so we have we've got Sagittarius, or is it Virgo? No, it's Sagittarius, sorry. Not Sagittarius, sorry, Aquarius, with Pretinos, which I always read this as precious. We have the number 8, the number 6, the letter H, and the letter H again. You got an A and an R, so I'm not sure I'm thinking of the name Harry here, but yeah. You got the letter A and the letter R. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, group 2. I hope that resonated and that everything works out as well as it looks like it's going to currently. So, yay. And as always, send you guys much love and much peace. Hello, group 3. Thank you so much for being here. So you guys chose this Dragon's Blood crystal and or the peace sign charm. Okay, so before I get into your tarot, I'm gonna be pulling, I'm gonna do like a person A, person B scenario. So if you see only yourself in person A or B or both, that's fine. Likewise, if you only see your specific person in A or B, that's fine. But if you're seeing neither you or your person in either, I would say this probably wasn't your group and I would recommend watching another video. But of course, if you still want to watch this video, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, so let's get into it before we do anything else. So let me just read about your Dragon's Blood. Dragon Blood, here we go. It ignites the root chakra, helping to ground, boosts focus and resilience, and ignites creativity, self-love and courage. It helps calm the mind and to set goals. It helps with healing, self-discovery and self-love. Yeah. So the fact that you've got the peace sign here as well makes me feel that perhaps the reason that you and this person are not currently in contact is for your own inner peace. So this might have been a separation you instigated or have come to peace with, but maybe they've recently been on your mind. The fact that we got the Dragon Blood there as well, I'm very drawn to the fact that I feel like there's some kind of, I want to say blood contract. I'm not saying that anyone's doing any blood contracts per se, but I think it probably is more on a soul connection, which is why you're still thinking about them. Because we have many different soul contracts with people. Some are for a long period of time, some are forever, some are for a short time, some are to learn different lessons through that person and all sorts of different things, but I won't get into that. So yeah, so before I get the cards about person A and person B, let's see what the kind of connecting energy vibe is. So if you've watched my videos before, you'll know I don't tend to read reverses, but I'm feeling very strongly that I need to keep this in reverse. So that is what I'm going to do. And let's see what the soul connection card is that you guys have. Commitment. I'm being drawn to look at the back here. Intense. So I'm going to pull that as well. It's the only group that I've felt the need to do that ever, I think, for, but I'm doing it. So let's start with these messages and I'll get into the Queen of Cups. So you've got commitment. Commitment is an important factor to achieve a successful relationship. Obviously. Thank you, Captain Obvious. No, it's no disrespect, I'm just messing. Swans are known to mate for life, weathering the seasons together over many years. Lasting relationships only occur between two individuals who are prepared to stand together in all situations. The appearance of this card suggests this may be a time to pull together with a sense of real commitment. And then you've also got intense. The intensity of a true soul connection includes great highs and great lows. And I would say you guys have gone through the low and are coming out of that. The Spirit has demonstrated that you are in a soul level relationship. Your connection will grow stronger through the highs and lows as you learn through life experiences together. The recognised intensity of both partners is a sign itself of divine soul counterparts. When this card appears, it suggests that now is not a time to seek to avoid or run from the intensity, but rather to accept it and work through it. So, I mean, I said earlier about there being like a kind of soul contract, I think, between you and your person, and I think this could be almost a twin flame scenario where you've got together, it was very intense, and then the runner ran and the chaser has been chasing but has probably stopped chasing, which is why you're probably going to come back together. I'll just put that there for now. So when we separate from our twin flame, if we have one, everyone does, there's lessons that we both have to learn. Now, whether you were the chaser or the runner, I think, as I said, I think for a lot of you, it was learning self-love. I think maybe a lot of you were maybe looking for external validation from this particular person, and you've learned or in the process of learning to love yourself as you are without having to have somebody else validate that for you. So we've got the Queen of Cups in reverse as well. I'm just going to flip around there. So I believe this is an Orca. So the Queen of Cups generally is someone who is very much in touch with her emotions, with her feelings. As you can see, she dives right on in there. I'm very drawn to the crab, so I'm thinking Cancer. So if the star sign of Cancer is significant to any of you, please take that as confirmation. If not, don't worry about it. But in this case, she's come out in reverse. I think the reason why she's in reverse is a reflection of what this intense card is about. I think, as you can see in the card here, it's a mirror that's smashed, but there are two faces in there, I do believe. I think they're two different faces, but in any case, I would say you and your person mirror each other, which is again a very common thing with twin flames. And I think it was, I'm trying to get my words right, I think maybe for both of you this relationship was a very intense one initially, or the connection was, whatever level it got to. I think it maybe moved very fast and you both dove straight on in, right in at the deep end. And that's why the Queen of Cups has come out in reverse, because it's showing that you're taking a step back, or that you both need to take a step back and kind of, you know, dip toes in one at a time, as opposed to just jumping all in and letting your emotions and feelings kind of get the better of you and take over. I mean, emotions and feelings are obviously exceedingly important. We do need to honour them, don't get me wrong. However, we can very easily get caught up in them and not see things for what they are, or neglected the things. And I think that this commitment card is kind of showing that here, in how it's like you were just zoomed, you were both very just concentrating on this connection, and your world was very small, very reduced, just the two of you. But you've realised you've had to kind of take that step back and understand and appreciate, for your own good, for your own self-love and mental health ultimately as well, that you need to embrace other things within life other than just the romantic side of things. So let's have a look at person A and person B, if I can pick up the cards that way. Okay, so can we have a card please for person A? Card please to represent person A. Oh my storage, this one, thank you. And look, we have a card to represent person B, please. Thank you. Okay. So person A is being represented by the moon. Person B is being represented by the Page of Pentacles. Just move these out of the way. Okay. I'm also going to pull, oh, don't need those yet, I'll come back to those later. A charm for each of you. Person A, please. Okay. And a charm for person B. I'm also getting my dark side charm. That makes it sound really malevolent, doesn't it? Oh, something's falling out. Cute little ghost with the word boo on. And thank you. Spider web. Get that away. Okay, so I'm going to start with person A. Actually, I forgot to get these cards out as well. So this is regarding the kind of the shadow of that person. Annabelle and person B. Put from the top if none of them come out. Yeah, about that. Okie. I'm just going to leave it there for now. So, yeah, so starting over here with person A. So we've got Annabelle here with inner child. And we've got the moon as well with the number 18, just in case that number is significant for any of you. So the moon is about our kind of our subconscious inner thoughts, desires, secrets, things like that. As you can see, you've got a wolf here, a lone wolf. So I would say person A was probably, or is still possibly, someone who's always very much been a lone wolf. This may have been their first proper relationship connection, or one that they felt had the feelings basically, and caught the feels that they did. I'm just drawn to how the wolf is looking at this fish going into, well, I think it's supposed to be like a sewer or something gross, but I see it as like kind of like a river. It's making me think of a salmon. But so it's like they're wanting to get involved in their emotions. I would say person A was probably someone who maybe, yeah, that isn't the best or wasn't the best at getting in touch with their emotions and feelings or accepting them. It's like they're thinking about it, they want to do it, they know that they can, but they're scared to do it. And then we had the cross as one of the charms for person A. So when the cross comes out, I always see this as in a cross of a cross too big to bear, I think is the phrase. So I would say that person A probably had a lot of other things going on in their lives at the time, other than just this connection that probably perhaps got in the way, or that they ultimately maybe chose over the connection. Yeah, also obviously, as it is a crucifix, it could be that this person is particularly religious or recently maybe found religion. That might be something, but it doesn't have to be. And then their other charm is this cute little ghost with the word boo on it. Let me have a look at the back of it actually. Oh, it's just the back. So this just makes me feel, like I said earlier, how I feel this connection happened very quickly. Things got intense very quickly. It's like it crept upon them like a ghost, like a knife red, boo, just come out of nowhere. And it scared them, I would say. I would say person A was probably the runner. I'm drawn to it looks like he's almost got like little feet, little boots or skates. But yeah, and it's also making me think, with it being a ghost, and this is about no contact, being ghosted, that person A was probably the one who ghosted. I mean, as I say, you could be person A, you could be person B, you could be a combination, but I would say this person A was probably the person that ghosted. Yeah. And then, as I said, we got Annabelle as their kind of shadow attribute with the inner child. So that means that the person A, as don't we all, has some inner child wounds, but I would say it was the inner child wounds that have been coming up, that they may have recently been working on, or need to still work on. I think perhaps person A comes from a background maybe, or past relationships, be it platonic, family, romantic, has taught them that emotions are weak. I think they've probably had the heart broken before. I think they've probably shown emotion, shown vulnerability, and it's essentially been thrown back in their face and always been used as a weapon against them. But it's okay, thank you. So it's their inner child that wants the love, that wants the connection. They're ignoring it. It's not so much that it's they're ignoring their inner child, basically, in a lot of cases anyway. It's their inner child that wants the relationship, that wants love, that wants connection, that wants this, but then they're not embracing it, or haven't embraced it previously. Yeah, so let's move over here to person B. So person B has, out of the way, the Page of Pentacles, which is depicted by this octopus. As you can see, the person B is very much in the water, is totally in their emotions and in their feelings. I would say person B, the fact that they're holding the pentacle, it makes me think of the Ace of Pentacles. So it makes me think that they're wanting a second opportunity, another chance. I would say that maybe a lot of you probably would resonate more with person B than person A. Yeah. This is going to sound a bit cheesy, but it's what's coming up, because I'm just looking at the stars, and yeah. That this connection was magic, is magic. This person is magic. There's magic around you. I don't know, that, yeah. But I can't help but notice the fact that these waters are a bit murky. They're not as clear and as crystal clear and clean as these waters here. These ones aren't. So it makes me feel that perhaps person B is someone who is a bit more like the King of Cups, where they're not, in the sense that they're being a bit more surface level than going deep. I think that's their shadow, their inner. So they've got Valak with their shadow attribute, and Valak comes with imposter. So person B may be someone who suffers with imposter syndrome. It may be that, as I mentioned, that they felt this connection was great, this person's magic. Perhaps they even maybe put them on a pedestal, which may have actually pushed them away. Not intentionally necessarily. It could have, of course, just been subconsciously, because at the end of the day, it's all energy, isn't it? That's ultimately how twin flames work. It's kind of like this push and pull, like magnets, basically. And that links actually with the imposter syndrome, with this Page of Pentacles, and how I think person B doesn't necessarily go as deep as they can in regards to themselves. I think they're very good at knowing how they feel about other people and other things, but I don't think they're overly familiar with knowing themselves, which is where this imposter syndrome comes in. I think maybe they don't have the best self-confidence or self-esteem, or didn't. Yeah, and then the charms that they got, so you got this cute little heart here, which has actually got another little heart inside it, which again, I just keep getting this surface level thing, because it's like you got the external heart, but then you've got the inner heart, which is like the inner truth, their inner love, their inner self. It's like almost like it's being protected. So again, person B very much may have had a similar experience or experiences as person A, in that they've had to protect themselves, and that's maybe why I think maybe person A is someone who what's the word? It wouldn't surprise me, I can't think of the word or what I'm trying to say exactly, but basically what I'm trying to say is that it wouldn't surprise me if person B was someone who suffers a lot with anxiety. I think that they're probably someone who is hypervigilant, then that was kind of the state they had to be in through whatever circumstances they've been in. So by that I mean a classic example, this doesn't have to have been what it is, but the example is like, again, when as a child you maybe grew up in a home where it wasn't always the nicest, maybe mum and or dad or whoever the guardians were, or it could have even been siblings, were very unpredictable. 1 minute they're happy, 1 minute they're sad, 1 minute they're angry, 1 minute they're being goofy. And so this person B had to develop this hypervigilance to be able to pick up on what that person or persons were going to mood basically they were going to be in, so as to not cause themselves pain, you know, so that they didn't end up getting shouted at or whatever. And that might be why they're not or haven't previously gotten to know themselves that well, because they've been too busy focusing on other people. I'd say person B would probably resonate with being an empath, because generally that is the superpower that we have as empaths, and how we develop that power is from the hypervigilance. I mean, for me, I just because I didn't live in a home like that. That, you know, I was very, very blessed as a child, I have to say. I had, you know, a nice standard, happy childhood. Mine came from experiences externally, so from at school, from people that were friends, bullies, all that blah blah blah. I won't get into that because who cares, but you know, but that's where mine came from. I had to be hyper vigilant to understand how everyone else was going to feel and how they were going to react. So yeah, anyway, and then you've got the spider who's on a web, and okay, so the first phrase that's come into mind that just popped in here was a web of lies. Now, I'm not saying person B is someone who lies. I think these web of lies are maybe lies that they've told themselves about themselves. Maybe, like I said, I think they're someone who puts themselves down quite a lot, or has done, thinking that they're not strong, they're not brave, they're not intelligent, they're not beautiful or handsome or attractive. But I think they are learning or have learned and are dealing with this. I mean, the thing is, we work on our wounds and our shadows and things like that, but you never 100% are just over it, you know what I mean? We just become more aware of them, and how to overcome them, and they just basically play less of a main character role in our lives, and it allows us to become the main character. But anyway, so that's what I've got. So if that resonates, this is your group. So let's get into the tarot and see what the tarot has to say. I should keep these out just in case I have to refer to them, or if I feel the need to refer to them. I'm just going to put you there. Although I don't have to do that, I don't think, with the other groups, but whatever. So let's just move those over. Okay, cool. So today I am using my Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck. And I am doing things a bit differently to how I normally do, so bear with. that's one. Keep these together because they came out together. Ooh. I tried riffle shuffling these once a while ago, and look, you can see they're still bent from that one line. So that's why I don't riffle shuffle like a lot of the other readers on YouTube do. My lines aren't as smooth as they are, I'm afraid. No. Three. Yeah, I think I'm doing this slightly differently to how to do this. As you can tell by my nails. So I've done my classics, done the first two groups within a day or two, and then I've had a massive break in between, as my life's been a bit chaotic as it often is. I just didn't have the energy, basically. So yours might be different to everyone else's, but hey, that's the way it was obviously supposed to be. So anyway, so to start with, we've got the High Priestess, we've got the Sun, we've got the Two of Cups and Justice that came out together. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, Three of Cups and the Star, and then the back of the deck energy is the Five of Coins, or Five of Pentacles. Okay. Sorry, I was drawn to this bowl because it's just like my singing bowl. How bizarre. Obviously that's me. I wish. Anyway, so we've got so I'll start over here. So we start with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is someone who is very spiritual. But she's someone who she doesn't speak. And she doesn't willingly reveal her secrets. I'm just looking at the image. Don't know whether you'll be able to see, but the other lady here is holding another picture of the High Priestess, but it looks like she's a younger version. So for me, this is saying about how you and your person have grown, developed on your journey since being separated, since there's no contact. I'd say that you've learned a lot more inner truths about yourselves, but I feel there is more on the journey for you both. And we've got the Sun, which is known as the most positive card in tarot. But I'm drawn to the fact that we've got carriage here. So again, it's like that forward momentum. It's like you're not quite there at the Sun. You're not quite at this happily ever after, this enlightenment, if you are on a spiritual journey. But you are moving towards it. And as you can see, you're not too far away. In regards to the connection, again, it's the same kind of message. Like, I feel you're not going to reconnect just yet. I don't think the timing is quite right, but you basically just keep doing what you're doing, because I do see it is on the cards, especially the fact that we've got the Two of Cups here, and Justice, which they both came out together. Two of Cups is about a relationship, a connection. I'm just drawn to the... Yeah, so this bit here, it's like it's black smoke. It's like how, I don't know whether this is you or your person, it could be both of you, as you do mirror one another, have a hold on the other person. So if you see she's holding the guy here, and it's not in an aggressive way, obviously it's, you know, an embrace. But it's like how you both have a hold on one another in her hands, like over his heart. It's like neither one of you let each other go. I would say your person 100% is thinking about you. I'm not saying they're sitting around thinking about you all day, every day, or anything like that, but I'd say you definitely still got a place in their heart. I would say there are certain things that would trigger you in their mind, and I think that's been happening a lot more recently. With Justice here, as you can see, you've got Libra energy here, just in case anyone wants that confirmation. Justice is about balance. It's about justice. And I think that's why it's come out with the Two of Cups, because I don't think that this connection originally was balanced. I don't think it was two in balance, because I think, I can't remember if it was group 1 or group 2. There was quite a significant imbalance. I don't think there was a significant imbalance, but there was definitely an imbalance. And by that I mean, I don't think it was a case of one of you was given more than the other. I mean, maybe there was slightly that case in regards to the emotional feelings side of things, as mentioned with person A. I think that is something that they tend to struggle with. But I think it's also reflective of the balance within yourselves, as I mentioned, person B. I think they previously, if not currently still, give too much to other people, too much love and everything onto other people, rather than giving that to themselves. So it's about that balance. And you've got the Ace of Coins here, aka the Ace of Pentacles. And I did mention with the Page of Pentacles here, it was like that new beginning person B wants. And so that is what I'm seeing here with the Ace of Coins. And with the Three of Cups, so the Three of Cups is about it's about fun, it's about going on dates, it's about getting to know each other, going out, having a good time, etc. I don't see this as a third party scenario. Sorry, this is the first time this has come out with this card for me. It's just making me think of the fates. I think there's 3 fates, correct me if I'm wrong. And was it past, present and future, isn't it? And it's like how they, if you look at the dress, it's like they blend into one here. You can't tell where this middle lady's dress ends and hers begins. Yeah, it's just making me think of the 3 fates. Again, it's making me feel like this is a divine connection of some sort I would say you will have been or with this person previously in a past life, things like that. And then at the end here we've got the star, which is actually, it's a really cute star because you've got the love heart being made here with the stars, and then you've got Tibetan singing bowl just in case, and the water pouring out of it is like the Ace of Cups, which is a new relationship, a new connection, which is very interesting. And then on the back of the deck we've got the Five of Pentacles, which is really interesting because the Five of Pentacles is all about being left out in the dark, left out in the cold. It's, with it being on the back of the deck, because the back of the deck is kind of like what you don't see coming or things that you're not aware of. So it's like that fear of this connection not coming together. I think what Spirit is trying to say, especially with this here, with the fates, don't sorry, I'm just trying to get the words. Don't put everything on this connection, okay? Still continue with your life, continue moving forward, you know, develop self-development. If you meet somebody else, go on dates with them still, do, you know, if it's meant to be, it will be. That's basically what the fates are here to say. If it's fated, it will be. Don't fear being left out in the cold and this connection not coming together. It whether you end up together or not doesn't really matter. And I know that's easy for me to say because I'm not in your position, but I have been in similar positions, as we all have been. You know, when you really want someone and you want to connect this connection and blah blah blah. But if you are the chaser in this connection, stop chasing, because that's what's holding it up. And by chasing, I mean it, not just necessarily, you know, messaging them or phoning them or anything or connecting with them. I mean checking them out on Facebook or social media or seeing what they're up to and things like that. Just because you're not in direct contact with them, if you're still looking at those kinds of things, you're still chasing, you're still feeding that energy, and unconsciously the person will not, they know energetically, and as they run, it's just going to push them. They're still going to continue running. But let's get some more information. So why is the High Priestess here, please? Why is the High Priestess here? Why is the High Priestess here? Thank you. Oh, of course it had to be two. So we've got the Star again. And the Six of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So what they're saying with the Six of Pentacles is about giving everything away. Because usually with the Six of Pentacles, the person's giving some of their coins, but they're not giving them all. But in this case, he's giving them all. And this might not be applicable for everyone, but you really need to stop giving all your energy and constantly thinking about this connection. Yeah. Because with justice, with the balance, what you give is what you get. So if you're going to continue giving, then they're just going to continue taking. You know what I mean? And then you've got the star again. In this star, one, she's naked. And we've got, she's pouring, it's more of the traditional image where she's got two jugs or whatever they are. I was going to say lantern then for some reason. And she's pouring them into the river. And then I'm not sure what animal that is. I want to say it's a herring, but I don't believe it is a herring. It doesn't look overly like a herring. But the star is basically like a wish. So okay, thank you. So what they're saying is, for some of you, this connection was a wish come true, which is probably why you may be struggling. But for some of you, the reason it was granted was because that's the situation you're in now is what was needed for you to learn, to develop, to grow. Yeah, it's just a reminder to not pour all just the one cup into something. Keep some for yourself. You know, it's got to be balanced. Why is the sun here, please? Eight of Swords, yeah. So the Eight of Swords is about being trapped. When we're trapped in our minds, constantly thinking about things, as I was saying. I don't think it's just necessarily that it's the connection. It's those negative thoughts. If you're person B, you know, of putting yourself down, that you're not good enough. Person A, it's the fear more than anything of opening up. But as you can see in this card, hold on a second, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so there's no swords behind her and her legs aren't bound, so she could literally just take a couple of steps back and walk away and she's done. And the rope isn't that tightly on there either. She could walk away, but it's when we keep, at the exercise, when we're keeping ourselves trapped in our mind with things. And that's why this Chariot isn't at the Sun yet. So we're getting there, but we're not quite getting there. Why is Two of Cups and Justice here, please? Thank you. So we've got the World. So the World is the last card in the tarot. It's, so when it comes out, it's saying it's the end of a cycle. And it's the end of this cycle. It's the end of, if you're this person here, I know it's a man, whether you resonate as being a man or a woman or neither or what have you, that's irrelevant. And that this person's got such a hold over you. Yeah, that is coming to an end. You are going to find the freedom from that. If it's a case of, and by that, sorry, I don't mean like you're going to let it go and walk away. I mean, some of you might want that. But what I mean is that you will be able to get on with your life. And then, ironically, that's when they'll come back. But it's the end of that cycle. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just drawn to the face in there. Just makes me think. Obviously, we have Mother Earth, but this is clearly not a mother. I'd say it was Father Earth. So it's making me think of the King of Pentacles. Some of you might be an Earth sign, or your person might be an Earth sign, but it's just making me think about how grounded and the groundedness and stability of the connection, how it can get to that, it will get to that. It's just not quite there at the moment, but it's the end of the cycle and it is going to be more grounded. Because I mean, I did mention it with the dragon's blood, this is about linking to the root chakra and being grounded, or it's telling you to be more grounded. It's the Ace of Cups. So we've got the Knight of Swords, sorry, the King of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Okay, interesting. I know why the Nine of Swords is here, so we'll cover that first. So the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is the anxiety of this connection being rekindled, coming back together, even if it is something that you want. Because you might have the anxiety of, you know, oh, what if it doesn't work out this time? What if it goes the same way it did before? What do I say to this person? As I said, person B, I think, is a lot of you, and I believe this person, or you guys, would suffer with quite a bit of anxiety in general, not necessarily just specifically to this. It's being kept up at night thinking about things, and if you notice though, she's not, it's not as intense as it often is. She's not got a, you know, because usually the person's sat up in bed, the head in their hands, and it's just like too much, whereas she's kind of almost chilling. These swords aren't penetrating her, which is quite interesting. It's like almost like overcoming that anxiety, like you have already or will be. And then you've got the King of Swords. The King of Swords is someone who's very logical. I'm drawn to this, I assume it's a falcon that he's holding here. And it's making me think about a message. So what I would say is that if your person is someone who you would say was quite more of a logical thinker than an emotional one, if you think this represents them, then I would say it's likely they're the ones that are going to send you a message first. You know, whether it's a comment on Facebook or Insta or whatever, or actually a text or a WhatsApp or whatever it is. They're thinking about it. They are thinking about it. I think that they're quite anxious about it themselves. I think it's something they think about a lot, but they just don't do it because they're frightened of how you'll react and of the end result. Even if the reaction is a positive one and you get back together, it's like, you know, I think it's going to be like they were last time. You know, if you'd say you were more of the logical thinker, I would say that's what Spirit is encouraging you to do, is to use your logical mind to get yourself out of this and this, to get out of this way of thinking. It's the Three of Cups here, please. Got the Ace of Wands. So you got that transformation there with the butterfly. And the way this wand is, it makes me think almost like it's a grave. It's like it's the end of the, as I mentioned, of this old cycle, old way of thinking, and the start of something new. You've got this sunrise here, the transformation with the butterfly. I want to get another card though. Why is the Three of Cups here, please? The Two of Swords. Okay, thank you. So the Two of Swords is about basically when we have a choice, but we're frightened to make that choice, or we're not seeing all of the truth, or we're not one, or we do, but we're refusing to admit it or accept it, whether that's inner truth, external truth, whatever it is. Regarding this connection, obviously everyone's situation that's watching this video is slightly different, okay? But what I will say is what they're saying here it's similar to what I was saying before about moving forward. It's like if you're keeping yourself stuck in the past as opposed to going into the present and thinking about the future, whether this person is a part of it or not, but you're too busy thinking about, well, not all of you, but some of you are too busy thinking about what will be, and if it isn't this person, who is your person, and when are you going to meet them, and what's going to happen, and I'm not having to go or calling anyone out for that, because I've done it many times. I think everyone does. It's just what we do. It's like, you need to let go and just move forward and just go with the flow, see what happens, but you don't want to. I think because maybe some of you think that if you do that, then will never happen, you'll never get back together. But that isn't necessarily the case. And where's the Star here, please? Ten of Wands. Interesting. Can I have another clarifier for the Star, please? Why is the Star here? Ooh. No. I just want one card, thank you. Where's the Star here, please? Where's the Star here, please? Two of Cups again. Yeah. Okay, now I see what it is. It's because the Ten of Wands is like when we're burdened. It's like when we're carrying the weight on our shoulders. As I mentioned, person A, I think, is someone who does that a lot. But it's the burden of you and or them carrying this connection, this want to be together. It's just, it's holding you both back, because like I said, there's no question in my mind that your person thinks about you as well. But the point is, if you're thinking about one another and having feelings for one another, whatever, is all well and good, but it's not going to achieve anything. It's not going to change anything. You need to take some action, or they need to take some action. To move forward, to make things come together. And that's why I think this star is so important, because she's only got the one cup, the one jug, the one singing bowl, as it actually is. because you need to fill your own cup. You both need to fill your own cups rather than wanting each other or somebody else to fill them for you. And then the back of the deck is the Three of Cups again. Yeah, you guys need to go out and have some fun. Yeah, you need to stop worrying so much. I mean, I like how with this Three of Cups, it always makes me think of Sex and the City for some reason, even though it's a program I've never watched in my life. It just makes me think of, you know, the girls getting together, or the boys and the girls, or whatever. You're going out for drinks with your friends, going to have fun with them, going to be more sociable. Obviously, we're coming, at least where I am in the world, in the UK, we're coming up for our summertime, so obviously, and there'll be time for summer holidays, barbecues, get-togethers, house parties. The same to get involved with those kinds of things. So let's have a look at what the potential outcome of this connection is. So what is the potential outcome of this connection? Jesus. I have one more. What is the potential outcome of this connection, please, for group 3? What is the potential outcome? Thank you. I know that was the last one that fell out and taken this order. So we've got the Four of Coins, we've got the Empress, and then we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Pop you there. So Four of Coins is all about holding on to things and not letting go. Okay, so what they're saying with this is how you don't have to fully let go of the connection and be like, you know, you both need to, you know, be like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, bye. But holding on to it is slowing you down. I think holding on to it to a point is something you should do. I feel that that's something that they are saying, but not to obsess and focus on it constantly. So what I would say to those of you that may have watched 10,000 videos like this, stop watching the videos, because you're just feeding and reinforcing it. Yeah, go out, go live life. Then you've got the Empress here. I like this Empress because the Empress is all about, you got strong earth energy again here with the Empress, but it's about that kind of Mother Earth, as I mentioned earlier with this here as well. But your person 100% sees you as an Empress or an Emperor or what have you. There's no question that they think the world of you. But what I like about this card is how the Empress is actually offering her cup to this other girl here. So there is definitely some kind of offering of a connection, that it's making me think of the Ace of Cups again, of a relationship, of a connection. It might be for a lot of you, it might be best if when you do get back in touch with one another, that maybe you start very slowly and just start off as friends. Because maybe that was what the connection was supposed to be to begin with, for some of you. And then we've got the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is kind of like when we're very satisfied and happy with our lives. This particular Nine of Cups gives me Nine of Pentacles vibes, which is a very independent energy. But with it being cups, it's kind of like emotional independence. I think for a lot of you, you need to explore yourselves more, get to know yourself more. I know it sounds really patronising, and yeah, because that's not what you come to watch this video for, but I'm just telling you what I'm getting. You need to stop focusing on this connection or any kind of romantic connection, and focus on yourself. You need to start giving yourself that love, as I said earlier, filling your own cups. So yeah, so we're going to finish off with some advice and some letters and letters, numbers and star signs, just for further confirmation for you guys, and messages as well from your person. So we'll start off with some advice from Metatron. So Archangel Metatron, what is your advice for group 3, please? Sorry, you can hear my cat making signs of contentment in the background there. What is your advice? Thank you. So you got family with circles of life, and the number 49. So the number 49 might be significant for some of you. If you add 4 and 9 together, you get 13. So 13 might be significant again, and you could add 1 and 3 together and get 4. So we could be looking at 4th of September, or for my friends across the pond, April 9th. But that doesn't have to be significant. But yeah, as you can see, I mean, you got a family here on the beach, you got the sunset, they're all just having fun. That's what they're telling you to focus on, and these kinds of things, making these memories as opposed to worrying about this. Let me read a bit of the message for the book. I won't read the whole thing because they're massive. So take a moment to think about those who love and support you in life. Okay. You are the product of not just those who birth and nurture you, but those you spend time with, whom you regard as family. The core of this family should always be strong and able to change and adapt to every moment and flow within it. Think about spending time with those who have cared for you, the mother who nursed you, the father who watched you grow, the brother who played with you and fought by your side. Within this family, there will be issues, problems and challenges, as well as times of great joy and celebration. Welcome them all as part of life's rich tapestry. Share the times of happiness and be there for the times of heartbreak. So, I mean, this is exactly what I was saying earlier about going out, making memories, spending time with either your biological family or your own family, as in, you know, your group of friends or what have you. So that's Metatron's advice. So now we're going to get some channeled messages. So what I do with these cards now is I just split them into 3 decks. Well, I give them a quick shuffle, split them into 3 decks, and then take the top card, because these cards are awful to shuffle. I mean, as you guys know and have been witness to, I'm shit at shuffling anyway. But these ones are really bad. Okay. Oh no. There you go. Really uneven, but hey. So you've got, oh okay, I want to take it because it came out. So you've got "You're so cute." I accidentally ran this card over on my chair. So whenever I see it, I know exactly what one it is. But anyway, "You are so cute." And this one came out underneath, so I'm taking it. "I miss us." "You're so sexy." Calm down. And "Am I worthy?" Interesting. Okay, and then finally get some letters. Actually, hold on, let me get my thing out. I finally, after about a year, finally written down the translation for the Romanian star signs that are in here. So here we go. Anyway, watch none of them come out now. So we have a D, we have an X, we have an M, or it could be a W. Take it as it resonates. You got the number 9 again. It could be a 6 if you want it to be a 6. Got the letter J. And then we've got quite a few star signs here. So we have, I think that's Virgo. Let me get my list. Yeah, so it's Virgo with practical. We have, I think this is Aries. No, it's not. Capricorn. No. Oh, it is Aries. With brave. Oh, looks like courageous. We have Pisces with intuition, I do believe. Intuitive. And finally we have Capricorn with, this is affectuous, which is affectionate. Okay, so you get a lot of things here on Taurus Tarot, guys. You get to learn a bit of Romanian. Anyway, so group 3, that is everything I have for you. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. Please let me know in the comments below how you get on, and whether you liked it or if you didn't like it. Also any suggestions that you have for any future videos you would like to see. I'm also still doing personal readings, so if you are interested, please send me a message either on my Facebook channel, which is Tashrini Tarot, or through my Instagram, which is also Tashrini Tarot, or you can email me on the email address in the description box. And also, if you haven't already, if you'd like to like and subscribe, much appreciated, but if not, that's cool. But that is it. So thank you again, group 3, and as always, sending you guys much love and much peace. Thank you.